French Montana has a line where you say people lost millions trying to beat the feds, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you saying you guys spent 8 figures.
Oh yeah,
8 figures of your money.
So it wasn't just like what you had to spend money on was attorneys, and the attorneys we had to represent us in the case for the trial wasn't the attorneys I'm talking about. I had the biggest law firms. Again, ignorance is crazy. We didn't know I didn't know I had to fight the government, and I wasn't charged with a crime in the beginning, right? So we're under investigation. They raided our office. We wasn't charged with any crime. They're just saying we're under investigation. What does that mean? They're looking at you. Great, look, we're making hit records. That's what we was telling everybody. Like, come and look. There's nothing to see. But we're making all these records, and then all of a sudden, Universal stopped paying us. And we're like, wait a minute. And
why did they stop paying you?
They stopped paying us because
their cooperation.
They cooperated with the government against us. The United States of America said, if you help these boys, we're coming after you. So I don't think anyone would have cooperated, right? And tried to help us. Any company, they would have been like, they would have distanced themselves from us, no matter how many billions of dollars we've generated for them. And that's the facts. And then at the end of the day, when you look at Irv's career, I use Irv because I'm a part of Irv. So I'm going to leave it at Irv's career. He brought in just Jay-Z, Rockefeller, right? DMX, Rough Riders, Ja Rule, Murder Inc. When you count up just that alone, not counting anything else we did for Redman, Method Man, Foxy Brown, Ludacris, Nelly, not counting any of that, just those there, we're in the billions of dollars of generated revenue. And that's how executives in the music industry look at those executives. When you talk about a Jimmy, he's going to tell you all the artists he had. Mm-hmm. So don't discount what Irv did. It's the exact same thing.
No, you can't.
When you look at some of these executives, again, like Jimmy's an incredible executive, probably the best music exec ever.
Jimmy Iovine.
Yeah. Jimmy Iovine, hands down. But when you look at some of these other guys, they did very little and made hundreds of millions of dollars. But maybe they was the right side of the fence. They wasn't on the other side of the tracks, if you understand what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, they with very limited amount of success, hundreds of millions of dollars was given to them for those assets that they created. And that's the difference in hip-hop versus pop versus country, because they didn't do it with R&B either. Anything of color, they didn't give it up like that.
So the feds came, they put pressure on Universal. Universal flipped, said whatever you need to know, we'll tell you.
Basically.
Pretty much, right?
And then, of course, they just didn't cooperate. They cooperated with the government. Now, we can't fight everybody at the same time. We're in the middle of this storm. You don't even know where all of these things are coming from. Not to mention 50 Cent, right? Think about all of the things he's doing in the interim of all of this while we're going and dealing with this 1,000-pound gorilla.
Do you feel that 50... So a lot of people say that he kind of dry snitched without really snitching.
No, he snitched, but it's all good. It is what it is. I got statements of Curtis Jackson.
Well, I mean, like on the Fed, because it was like around the same time.
He was all in my paperwork.
His name?
Yes. So I don't need to, means he made statements. What do you call that? I don't know. It's just, again, when we went out and if we said that, no one would believe it. Yeah. Or no one, success has a way of blurring your vision, right? He was super successful. So he's the number one artist. He was killing it. People want to believe that story. It's all good. It is what it is. It's no crying over spilled milk. It is what it is. But the facts are the facts. You're not going to get me to lie and tell you something different. Did he tell? Yeah, he told stories. He told him that we trying to kill him. He told him that. Lies. But come on. You're trying to get us deterred, and then these are things that happen. That happened with him. This is a financial discussion, but this all affected business.
Right?
Sure.
Right? This all affected business. So I don't want to deter off it, but they only protect their own. They wasn't coming to protect nobody else. They protected him. They made sure he was safe. There's a lot.
When you say they,
the United States of America, or the federal system, the federal government.
Be careful of that.
The police department. They all took care of this man. So, why is that? I don't get it, but I'll let him tell the story. It doesn't matter to me. We're here. It's a different day. That's a long time ago. I know who you are. You know who I am, and it's all good. You know what I'm saying? People ask me, I got beef. I got no beef. I don't even know the man.
They say you don't even know him.
I don't know him. I can't have a beef with someone I don't know. And yeah, you could sit and talk and all that. I don't know you. We never did business. Well, we did do business. This is
that
how
was
crazy it is. We did do
That was
business.
crazy. That was
He
crazy.
was on Columbia Records. Tina Davis was his A&R over there, an executive over there. Shout out Tina. 50 wanted music. He paid a first half of $100,000. We was making $50,000 a song at the time, and he paid for 4 songs. So we got $100,000 for the first half.
From Irv Gotti.
Absolutely.
So Irv Gotti produced.
Irv Gotti. No, we never got to produce.
Oh, okay.
But he would. Why would you pay it if you didn't want to do business with us?
He paid to what?
Why would you allow your record label to put up $100,000 of your budget to Irv Gotti or Top Dog Productions to make 4 songs for you if you didn't want to work with
What
us?
happened? Why didn't the songs have
I don't understand. I don't know. I know we tried to have multiple meetings. It never happened, but he would never show up. But at the end, like, to just squash things, like, what's the problem? We don't know you. Like, Ja didn't know him. He knew Black Child, he knew Caddy, but we didn't know him. Irv didn't know him. Irv definitely didn't know him, and I don't know him. And Ja Rule didn't know him, but he knew Black Child, knew Caddy. So why can't this work out? He was being managed by Supreme. He was being managed by Chaz.
You saying, Supreme used to be his manager.
You know, and so was Chaz. Chaz, Black Hand was managing him so in the beginning days. So how do you not try and resolve whatever? Where's the real problem? It isn't one. It's like, but smoke and mirrors, man. This is not a real industry we're in.
There's no
we're not in a real industry. Where this is the problem with fans. This is not a real industry. This is about entertainment. This is about, again, money and entertainment. Again, 6ix9ine, perfect example. Told on everyone. He's so tough guy. Yeah, real tough. Forget about it. It's not real. It's fake. It's entertainment. 50 is no different. He was entertaining. He made great records. Then think what happened. He gets Jimmy Iovine with him, the best executive ever. Dr. Dre, the best producer ever in hip-hop. And then Eminem, the biggest artist in hip-hop at that time. Are you kidding me? How can you lose? No. People don't understand. He gets Game. I had Game first. Like, it's so much stuff that's not told that people just don't know.
Game was signed to y'all?
No, I was in the process. I was working with Game. I would make mad records with Game. Shout out Game. You know what I'm saying? I was going to Compton, picking him up, bringing him to the studio, making records. He was constantly talking. Baron Davis brought me Game.
BD.
Yeah, BD.
Yeah.
B Diddy.
And I'm trying to get Irv to sign Game and work it and make music. And then all of a sudden he calls me and says, I got Dr. Dre. So he wasn't signed to 50 and G Unit. Perception thinks he's G Unit. Yeah. This is what people don't get. He was signed to Dr. Dre and Aftermath.
Yeah.
But doesn't it make better sense to be G Unit? It's business. Yeah. So when you think Murder Inc., okay, we're generating 9 figures in revenue. Here comes G Unit. Really, not G Unit. Aftermath.
Shady.
It's only a lateral move. Take my money, put it over there. That's all it was. For Universal, they don't care. It's business.
So y'all was all under Universal.
We're all under Universal. They're on Interscope Universal. We're on Def Jam Universal. So it didn't matter. It's just it's a slide. Yeah, push that money there. You think they care? If that slide didn't happen, they would care. But because it happened, they don't care. Vivendi, who owned Universal at the time, was trying to get in touch with us because they wanted to know what's going on with the case. We're like, what? Get out of here. There's nothing going on with the case. We're making hit records. But that lets you know how high up in the system, the Universal system, we was being talked about and dealt with. Right? You think Vivendi was talking about G Unit or any other label? They only cared because we was losing the money. Once G Unit got popping, they're going to talk about G Unit at that moment. Do you understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. At that moment, they're not thinking G Unit. They're thinking Murder Inc. All this money is about to go down the drain. What's going on with you guys? Is everything okay? You understand? And that's what happened. And then it gets shifted over there from a corporate standpoint. It's no loss. It's probably a win. They went up.
And you said something like when they had you guys sign something like if y'all lost the case.
Yeah. So during our trial, we had to sign over to so we could get money, right? Usually we was talking about how the government does, they stop all your revenue from coming. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's why they win. You cannot fight them because you run out of resources. Someone told me Inc., not Murder Inc., just Inc. is unlimited resources because I got unlimited ink, so they could write things about you, which they did. They, they're very strategic in their approach, and it's like in hindsight, you learn it. You don't know why you're in the storm. So just imagine all these things going on, and the government is sitting there stopping everything financially for us. What are we going to do? We're going to run out of money at some point. And then now here's this offer so we could get, if we go to jail, Universal would have owned everything. You want to talk about some scumbag business? Okay, think about what I'm telling you. I'm fighting for my life in court. We signed that in courtroom while we're in the middle of our trial. This is what Universal did to us.
So Universal comes in the middle of their trial with paperwork that says if you lose your case,
we own everything.
All the
All
rights
your
to your
masters.
masters
Everything.
and everything. And in return for doing that, they gave you money?
They cut a check that they owed us so we could continue to pay. But that's what they did. You know what I'm saying? So we could continue to pay legal.
Right.
We was paying private investigators. I investigated everyone next to me because I wanted to know who am I dealing with.
So
and I let
But I
everyone know.
want people to really understand and seek that in. So in the middle of a federal trial where you could have went to jail for 20 years,
Yes.
somebody from Universal comes and says, look, we have X amount of dollars
In
for
the courtroom.
you, but in order to get this money, sign this paper, and if you lose, we're going to take everything that you built.
Everything.
It's ours.
Ours, 100%.
You have no real choice but to sign it because you need money.
Right. They found you at your most vulnerable
So now
moment.
we really...
Roll the dice.
Y'all said
You're a gambler.
but this gamble this was crazy. Again, it was a crazy risk, but we was running out of options. So we do the deal, we win the case, we own everything, and then they don't want to do a deal with us. Took us over 2 years to get that next deal back. So you're sitting there with no generated revenue. That's why I went into sports. You know what I'm saying? I went into insurance, hedge fund. This is all the time, the era when I started all of this. After those 2 years, we didn't get our deal back. We thought we was going to run right back into a deal. Nothing.